Hello. This is Tuesday, May 16th, 2023. The temperature in this area is around 64 degrees, Lexington, Kentucky, and it's going up to 70. Rain today. I want to say congratulations to everyone who is graduating from university and elsewhere, and that's around the world. Hats off to them. Each generation has encouraged the following generation or encouraged their children to be education minded, which subsequently increases the earning power. So again, congratulations. If you're watching the sideshow on Facebook and Instagram, don't forget to like, comment, and share. If you're watching the sideshow on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget about the Sideshow coffee cup. Buy from me for $17 plus shipping and handling. Pay me through Cash App, $TR Parker 1, all caps. Just a few items I wanted to pass along today, Tuesday, May 16th, 2023. The first one is out of Maryland. Cops pull over a U-Haul and find kidnapped woman inside. So it seems that this driver, a man, stops at a convenience store, kidnaps a woman, threatening to kill her, and puts her in a U-Haul. When I first looked at the headlines, I thought she was like in the back, locked up and so forth and so on. But come to find out, she was in the front area, the passenger section of the U-Haul. So police were alerted because the U-Haul was being driven erratically and bumping into parked cars and things of this nature. So when the police responded and gave an order to stop, the driver still did not cooperate and ended up driving the U-Haul into a ditch. So the police asked the driver to exit the vehicle, still no cooperation. So they finally got the driver out of the vehicle. Turned out he's a 62-year-old man. And in the vehicle was a woman without her clothes, and her fingers were all stabbed up. Come to find out, this man had taken off the woman's clothes and whatever else and was stabbing her in her fingers, I guess because she wouldn't cooperate further, etc., etc. And once the police apprehended him and did an investigation of the vehicle, come to find out he had been smoking crack cocaine. 62-year-old man under arrest in Maryland. Going over to New York, upstate, at the Capitol, Albany, New York. Susan Sarandon. You may be familiar with the name from movies that she has starred in. Was part of a protest. It seems that Susan has started an organization called One Fair Wage, of which there are 8 members, and they were protesting at the Capitol for restaurant workers and other workers whose wage consists of tips. So this was a protest to raise the minimum wage. And as it so happens, Congress during this session, 2023 to 2024, is working on a $229 billion package to raise the minimum wage to $17. Susan Sarandon and her associates were arrested and then released, given a ticket to appear. Right now, the minimum wage, I think, is $7.25. So hopefully Congress will get that done this session. Next, speaking of Cash App and me asking you to pay me through Cash App, you may be aware that the founder of Cash App several weeks ago, maybe last month, was found stabbed to death in his doorway. His last name was Lee. He's founder of Cash App. And as the police investigated, they found out that, Lee enjoyed the nightlife, so he was often out. And as they pursued their investigation, they discovered the man that was guilty of stabbing him to death. So he has been apprehended and taken into custody. And I have been following the information or following the articles as they came out. Excuse me. But now the latest thing that I read was that Lee was dating this man's sister. And who is married. So there may have been some anger issues in there with that. The man did have his own company, but there was no business connection between the Cash App founder, and this man who stabbed him to death, other than he was dating his sister. And to kind of round the corner, saw another article about Meta and Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg and those type of things that's going on with the company, changes, etc. So that took me right back to what that big announcement was with Cambridge Analytica, $725 million to Facebook users for a period of years, and filling out those forms and registering for your claim. So again, I have to, reiterate that the Cambridge Analytica case is different than the one that was the biometric case in Illinois, specifically in the Chicago area, where they were awarded $650 million. And I told you that it was amazing because the people received the first check, 1.2 million, and Cambridge Analytica has either 88 million or 90 million. I think it's 88 million people involved in that. And it was 1.2 million involved with those people in the Chicago area. And their first check was $391. And I must admit, my jaw dropped. And then for them to come back and say, since everybody didn't cash their check, there was going to be another round of checks, and that was going to be for $30 and some change, maybe. So right away, I have to reemphasize to myself that there is a difference between that case and this case. But then it takes me again to people that are billionaires and the full population of this country, United States, which the Cambridge Analytica case does involve only the United States, that they could probably give away, especially since those ones are in the hundreds of billions of dollars, could give everybody in the United States $1 million and not even sweat it. So many rich people are involved in charity organizations, philanthropists, etc., etc. So I probably would definitely go into shock if that was to happen. But as we move forward to September 7th, I believe it is, and the payout date, I'm saying, well, if it's more than the price of a Happy Meal, then I might be able to do some things. That's it. Hashtag.